Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in from Gillingham, Mick Mills.
Mick Mills, 28 years old. Just the one win in his career today. That was by stoppage against Carl Ozimkowski at York Hall last November. He's been stopped by the likes of Chris Evangeli, Matty Fagan and Liam Taylor, so some high calibre of boxers in there. His last fight, a defeat to Daniel Cope on September the 19th.
And please welcome his opponent from Reading, Asinia Byfield.
Well, Asinia Byfield is hot on the heels of a former gym mate of his, Tamuka Mucha, who is the current Southern Area champion at welterweight. I saw him win that title against Eric Ochieng at York Hall back at the end of May. They used to spar together. He's had 4 fights, 4 wins so far. Byfield comes from Reading himself. Spoke to him this morning, woke him up actually, and he was in very, very relaxed mood. One of those characters who seems fairly unflappable and looks that way as well as he just enters the ring on the far side. He is a massive welterweight as well.
This is a super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black shorts with the yellow trim. Weighing in today at 10 stone, 11 pounds and 12 ounces in his 12th professional contest from Gillingham, Mick Mills. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing the red and silver furry shorts. Weighing in today at 10 stone, 9 pounds and 14 ounces. With a record of 4 victories from 4 professional contests from Reading, the undefeated Asinia Byfield. Your referee, Kieran McCann from Harrow. Your timekeeper, Mike McCann from Harrow. This is a super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds.
So referee Kieran McCann just calling Asinia Byfield to the centre of the ring. This fight set at super welterweight, light middleweight, whichever currency you prefer.
Second down, first round.
So 4 3-minute rounds between Asinia Byfield and Mick Mills. Mick Mills in the black and gold, Byfield in the grey and red. 4 fights, 4 wins so far, has completed all 16 of the rounds, hasn't won by any stoppages just yet. Mills in his career so far has been stopped on 4 occasions, and the thing that strikes you about Byfield, Billy, is that he is massive. He's going to fight at welterweight when it comes to titles, and he is ripped to a shred at that weight.
He's tall and he's long, he's lean, very lean. Furry shorts, that could be the making of him.
Byfield just trying to establish that jab, just bangs away to the body. He's had some very good sparring for this. He's been called up by the McGuigans on a few occasions now.
He just switched there to southpaw, so that's interesting.
He was telling me earlier, actually, that's something he looks to do during fights.
Okay.
He's been sparring Josh Taylor, who's with the McGuigans now. He's a southpaw, Mills a southpaw. Comfortable switching between stances. You see fighters do it increasingly these days, don't you?
You do, yeah, and it's such a hard thing to do. To master that takes something. It's something exceptional. If you can do that, that's a great ability. It's a rare ability to be able to do it properly and do it well.
I think that's a danger with it sometimes. Maybe too many fighters attempt it, some attempt it who aren't really capable of it. It can leave you a little bit square sometimes.
Yep.
As you come in. Byfield though with a nice tight high guard most of the time as well. Maybe doesn't quite box his height. He's always going to be punching down if he stays in this division though, you would imagine. Mills lets go with a left hand that sails past his chin. Had an interesting start to life as a boxer actually. He started at 16 but his mum wouldn't sign the medical forms to allow him to spar and trained full contact for 2 years. During that time, he said he developed a very good, strong defence. He credits her for that. It's funny how family members can shape your boxing career, Billy, isn't it?
That's funny. The protective arm of your mother.
Mills looking for the left of the body. Good straight right hand there from Byfield.
And a left hook getting through.
But Mills fires back though.
Yep.
Landed a couple of his own there. He's come to fight tonight, that's for sure.
Great.
That's what you need sometimes early in a career. You look at his record for Byfield, 4 wins out of 4, 16 rounds boxed. I mean, you went through the stages as a young fighter as well, and obviously everybody has their fair share of fights that, let's face it, they know they're going to win.
Yes.
But then it's difficult to look good against somebody who hasn't come to fight, is my point.
Yes, yes. So Mick's come to fight, so which is great for the crowd. And as you like you say, yes, you need to get the rounds under your belt, get some experience. And he's doing well. He's looking good tonight.
Byfield just crashing in that right hand. That was where he got Mills into just a touch of trouble back on the ropes. Let go with the left hand as well, which didn't quite get through. Cuffing punches with the right hand left.
Pause, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
Into the second round, this scheduled for 4 at super welterweight. Asinia Byfield in the red and grey, Mick Mills in the gold and black. I mentioned the sparring that he's been picking up against the likes of Frampton. He was there for the whole camp against Alejandro Gonzalez, as Mills just throws in a nice left and right hand there, and he's come out to fight at the start of this second round. He had Byfield back against the ropes, and of course that'll give Byfield more opportunities himself maybe, and this fight just really warming up.
It's a great
first 30 seconds.
It's a great contest. Mick has come to fight, which is great, and he's putting a great fight on.
Mentioned the sparring there before we got engulfed by the action. Working with someone like Frampton can only be good for you, can't it, at that stage of your career?
Absolutely. Working with world-class fighters, you learn so much from them. Great experience. You're doing the world of good. To mix in that company, to be in that sort of environment. And he's at work now. Good left hook got in. Mick's struggling a little bit now.
Right hand as well.
He's getting marked up. You can see the marks on his face. He's in a fight.
That left eye is not looking too good. Just a little bit of an abrasion below the eye. A little bit of swelling above the eye as well. You know all about that.
We've had a few of them. A few fat lips, a few broken noses, and a few scars, and a few fat eyes.
Byfield just shaking out his arms, just giving himself a few seconds just to maybe compose himself a little bit. But he's catching Mills more and more frequently here. Mills tries to throw back just to ward Byfield up. I think the superior size and strength is playing a part here as well. He's just leaning on every now and again, Byfield, and Mills is finding it difficult to find any kind of escape route. Just stoops into that right hand a little bit, Byfield, at times. Could he use his height a little bit more? People talk about reach advantage, but it's the reach height advantage rather, but it's the reach that comes with the height that gives you the advantage over your opponent.
And I like to see fighters with a good jab. Every great champion has a great jab. I'd like to see him using a jab more, because that's the fight winner.
Just jabbing to the body. Final few seconds of the second round, just to cheeky little right hand tagged Mills there as well. Getting towards the halfway stage in this contest, scheduled for 4. The bell goes at the end of the second. This was the start of the round, Billy. This was interesting. This was when Mills came out really to try and make an impact on Byfield. Had him back against the ropes. Byfield was quickly back into his stride.
Good 2 rounds for Byfield. But Mick Mills is here to fight, which is great for him. He's taken a few too many. The art of boxing, hit without being hit.
Well, he nicknames himself, he calls himself the Ghost for that reason. He says he's difficult to hit. He hasn't really been caught by Mills in the fight today. Just a couple of times at the start of that second round. From Reading, most people from that part of the country tend to sign with Chris Sanagar, but he went with Mickey Elliott. He felt that he would get more fights with Mickey Elliott, trained by his amateur coaches Craig Piner and Gary Riley. Still trains at Reading BC. Feels that they know him best.
Byfield's got a high guard and he's working the body. He's trying to get the body shot to the head as well. Body head, you can see that getting off a little bit.
Well, Mills' corner just encouraging Mills to try and turn him, just to try and move away from Byfield as much as he can. It's easier said than done. There's a nice uppercut there, though, from Mills, but Byfield fired back with one of his own. When you break down Byfield as a fighter, Billy, what impresses you? What does he need to work on?
I like his style. If he could sharpen up a little bit more, but he's throwing combinations. He's working the head, the body. There we go, another good body shot. Working the body and the head. Took a good uppercut there. The jab, I'd love to see him work on his jab. Get a good solid jab going.
Well, Mills has had a slightly better round this round. Did manage to get through with that uppercut, as you mentioned. He's managed to find that 2 or 3 times. Just misses with a wide swinging right hand. Mills trying a lead left uppercut there. It's a Juan Manuel Marquez move. Well, the corner telling Mills that Byfield is getting tired. There's no particular sign of that from where I'm sitting as we go into the final 40 seconds of the third round. Turned pro back in April. Had been wanting to turn pro before that. He felt that that was the only real way that he would knuckle down to it. Admits that he wasn't all that dedicated as an amateur. 42 contests, lost just under half of them. Felt that he was handed some pretty poor decisions in the process. Knew that when he started punching for pay that he would buckle down to the training and commit to that level that you absolutely have to.
Good little body shot there from Mick.
Uppercut now, on the inside. Uppercut now.
Well, end of the third round, some blood coming from the nose of Mick Mills. That left eye is looking a little bit of a sorry state as well as they get the ice pack on in there. Try and sort that out between rounds. Byfield looks nice and fresh. It's a hard life, isn't it, for these fighters who come away on the road, always in the away corner, journeymen as people generally tend to call them. They're always better than their record suggests.
Yes, it's a brutal business. And this is a great contest tonight, great for the crowd. Both men come to fight. Mick Mills is doing a great job.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, fourth and final round.
Fourth and final round between Asinia Byfield in the red and grey. Mick Mills, the opponent, in the black and gold. All 3 rounds in the bank, I think it's fair to say, for Asinia Byfield. Well, Mick Mills has brought plenty to this fight. He's never stopped throwing. He hasn't really looked to tuck up and just survive in there, which is always good to see, and he's doing exactly the same in the 4th round. He's got through with uppercuts on a couple of occasions, and despite the state of his features, he's never really been caught all that clean by Byfield, or looked in any real trouble, Billy, anyway. Mills just dipping at the waist, trying to avoid that right hand. Byfield just switches southpaw briefly, then back into the orthodox stance. Covers up. Tamuka Mucha, the Southern Area welterweight champion, is the fight he wants. He feels that it won't get made. He says that Mucha, who he's still on good terms with, has told Chris Sanigar, has been told by Chris Sanigar rather, that fight's not going to happen, as Byfield just caught Mills on the end of a long left hand there. Just wonder if the nose might have gone. There's some blood coming from it. Not loads, but enough. It looks a little bit crooked. Well, when Mick Mills wakes up tomorrow morning and looks in the mirror, he will know that he's been in a fight tonight. He's earned his money in there. He's earned it the hard way.
He certainly has, and these guys are just so great for British boxing. This is the heart of British boxing. Full respect to these guys.
Left to the body there from Byfield. Haven't seen too much body work from him tonight. He's certainly got the levers for it. Whacking that left hand underneath the rib cage. Nearly there, Mickey, the cornerer, telling Mick Mills. Well, the referee just warning Mills about shouldering his opponent slightly. Touch gloves. Well, they're counting him in, they're counting him home here, Mick Mills. The corner, Byfield doesn't look like he's really going to put his foot down. Just slightly off balance there as he wandered in behind a right hand, Byfield. Better opponent may have made him pay for that. Again, looks with the left to the body. He's looked for that more in the final round. I think he might have slowed Mills down a little bit earlier on if he'd gone to the body from the start. Well, the bell goes at the end of the 4 rounds, and that was good entertainment. Mick Mills raises his right glove, and he deserves that applause because he has given Asinia Byfield a serious workout there, and you just have to look at him to know that, as we said earlier on, Billy, he will get his pound notes tonight, and he will deserve them.
He certainly earned his money tonight. Good luck to him. He'll be sore tomorrow.
What do you make of Asinia Byfield, all in all?
I think it looked good. Yeah, it's good. It's still early days. It's still early days. Contest, this is 5th fight, right? So early days. I quite liked him, liked his style. Still lots to work on, as there always is.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of super welterweight action, referee McCann scores the contest 40 points to 36 points to your winner and still unbeaten, Reading's Asinia Byfield.
Well, Asinia Byfield now goes 5-0. 20 rounds in the bank, still looking for that first stoppage, but a good performance. He'll continue his pursuit of his old gym mate Tamuka Mucha. Just laps up the applause of the crowd, posing for a few photos, and then he'll be down ringside having a chat with Sophia. The Camden Centre standing room only tonight. You can see that. You can see the people just standing over the rails. Mark Tibbs, who we mentioned earlier on, actually, over on the far side of the ring. trains Tom Baker, who did used to hold the Southern Area Super Middleweight title that the two headliners are fighting for later on this evening. And Asinia just being ushered over to ringside, where he will be talking to Sophia.
Asinia, congratulations. It's now 5 fights and 5 wins. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I'm happy. That performance weren't too good. Could have been a bit more busier. I think the southpaw may have threw me off a little bit, but got the win and I'll build on it.
He gave you a good fight in there. He has had 22 fights under his belt. What did you learn from something like that?
He was very durable, and I think I was loading up a bit too much, and maybe should have took my time a bit more and been a bit more busier.
Mickey, you obviously pleased with the unbeaten record, still intact?
Yeah, for sure happy, unbeaten record. I think that's a good learning fight for him. You know, we don't want to put him in 50-50s. He's had 5 fights, taking it carefully. I'm sure he learned a lot in there, in with a very tough guy that put him under pressure, even if he was winning every round. The guy was coming forward, he'd done a few naughty little things in there to make it uncomfortable for him, and he'll have learned from that, move forwards.
Your pro debut was only in May, so you've been very active, obviously planning on keeping him active.
Yeah, nearly a fight a month.
Yeah.
You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Good manager, Mickey. He's done a lot of favours for me, so it's helped me out a lot.
Well done on the win. Thanks for talking to us. Back to you, Andy.